Salakia. Video is active. This is Psalms 23:4, and it says, "Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death." Okay, when we go into that word walk, it's H3212, Yalak. It says to wax, to be weak, right? To wax or to be weak. All right, we know Proverbs 21:16 is where it says, "What he who wanders out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead." Okay, and we are here in the congregation of the dead, aka America, Babylon the Great. Why? Because we wandered out of the way, okay, of righteousness, and the Heavenly Father, all right, through His Son, brought us here, okay, to Babylon, okay, which is the ultimate obstacle course for the elect. All right. And it's funny because, as I said before the camera cut off, this verse has been the most widely used and recited Bible verse in the Christian church, but with absolutely zero understanding of what it means actually. This verse is literally talking about America. All right, a valley is a low place. Okay, and Daniel, 4:17 says that Esau is the basis of men. Okay, this is a base kingdom, which is his last kingdom. Okay, this place is filled, or what is that? Ecclesiastes 10:6 says, "Folly is great, set in great dignity." Okay, and the rich sit in a low place. Okay, so we know that folly, all right, it's at a high regard, or should I say held at a high regard here in America. All right, this place, like I said, is low values, low morale, low standards, right? And the rich having what? The knowledge and wisdom of understanding, starting with the elect, sets us apart, all right? Even though we are in a low state here. Okay? Even Sirach, what is that? Sirach 2? Let me grab that. Because this is what when you go into that word patient, it means to suffer. Okay? And since we've been here, it's been nothing but suffering for us. Okay? But ultimately, we got to go through it. Okay? Yahushua didn't try and go up some other way. He went through it. All right, so we have to, like mine, do the same thing. I get straight to the point. This is Sirach chapter 2 and verse 4. "Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully." Right, we've been brought here to Babylon the Great. We've been brought in captivity, all right, to the worst obstacle course ever erected on the planet. All right, but it says, "And be patient when thou art changed to a low estate." See, we were changed to a low estate. All right, we were brought low here in captivity. All right, because ultimately we degraded and defiled ourselves. So the Lord got sick of it. You want to be like the heathen? You want to follow after the heathen? Well, I'm going to put you not only amongst the heathen, but I'm going to put you under them, and they're going to rule over you. Okay, and within that time here, since we've been here, now that the Lord has raised us back up, we're coming into that trial period. Okay, that trial of fire, the furnace of affliction. It says, "For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity." You see that? And that's where we're at now. Okay? We're getting ready to come into that time heavy. All right? And again, going back to what? The mind state that you should be in. All right? And it's because of that reason we fell. All right? Because of our going up. Rule 3 and 8 lets it be known. Okay, we are in our captivity today subject to what? Payments. All right, when you read that chapter or you read that verse and it talks about that, we are in our captivity and subject to payments. That should let you know one thing, that's not supposed to be. 2nd Ezra 6, I want to say around the 54th, 55th verse, talks about this world was made for our sakes. We are the children of Israel, Yasharala, right? The inheritance of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. We're not supposed to be paying for things that were created. Abratazah, as I always like to say, and we're part of that number by the elect, by Yahushua and the elect men. If we're part of that number, we created air, wind, water, and everything that you see here. So why should we have to pay for it? Now, ultimately, it's talking about the whole nation, all right, because this world was created for Israel. But here you are in captivity where you got to pay for the shit that you may be one of the spirits in the beginning that created it. Imagine that. But look at Yahushua. Look what he had to go through. The hell he had to go through, being beaten over the head with the same people he created. So understand this obstacle course, all right? It's not for the weak. Okay? It's not going to be something that's going to be easy. Okay? It's going to come. You know, when you go to the word America, Amerithium, all right? That goes back to bitter. All right? This is very bitter captivity here, man. It's not supposed to be delightful. But you got a certain amount of jakes, all right? Or should I say niggas, all right, who have that black culture mindset, all right, who think that we're supposed to thrive here, put together the black dollar and move forward and all that. These people are so far gone, it's not even worth talking to them, especially in the time that we're in right now. The debate spirit is gone. All right, either you're going to get with it or you're going to get left. That's it. Ain't no more talking about it. This is the truth. It's been brought out by elders and apostles for over 30, 40 years. This is what it is. And this man is coming down with this great wrath with this MOTB. We're in the time right now. Okay? The big beautiful bill is passed. All right? And that's only going to bring more tremendous difficulties, all right, headed our way via this obstacle course that we're in. Right? The stable coin, which he's pushing out. Okay? That's getting ready to take effect. Are these not just more obstacles and more traps that we're going to have to be able to move around? Okay? Going back to Psalms 23 and 4, it says, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Okay? And that's right. Yahweh Shah said, what, Matthew 28, I am with you even until the end. So like, yeah, I misquoted that verse earlier in this lesson. This is the verse that I meant to say. All right? Yahweh Shah let that be known that he's with us even until the end. All right? And how is that? Via the Spirit. All right? The Comforter, which he sent down unto us. That we would have this understanding. That we would be comforted. In the time right now where everyone's losing their mind, man, call Allah Yahweh Shah Shah. We have the cheat sheet, man. This keeps us stable. All right? Isaiah talks about that. All right? Keeping your mind stable, all right, in the time that we're coming into. Knowledge and wisdom is going to be the stability. That's the real money, ultimately. Okay? Goes on to say, thy rod and thy staff comfort me. Right, so the rod and the staff, as we know, are the scriptures. All right, the comforter being Yahweh Shah, who he sent down via his Holy Spirit. All right, and what this is, ultimately, it's a measuring stick or a reed. Okay, and it guides us through these obstacle courses, all right? So we can avoid all of these falls, pitfalls, and snares and traps, all right, that are laid up and that will so easily beset us, all right, revealing to us the secrets of the Lord, all right, which gives us a defense, all right, going back to what? The real riches, which is the money, wisdom, Ecclesiastes 7 and 12, all right, it gives us protection, security, peace, all right, assuring us that Yahweh Shah already did it, all right. We already get the victory. All we have to do is finish the mission. You see? So it's beautiful to understand that the Lord equipped us with all that we need in order to complete this mission at hand. Okay? But we have to be focused and we have to stay in the Spirit. You cannot be distracted. All right? The Lord did not give us the spirit of fear. Okay? You have to have a sound mind in the times that we're coming into. We're almost at the end of this obstacle course, man. Okay? What is it? One more I'm going to grab here. I think I'll just... Yeah, let me see where it's at here. Look for this. You know, it's all the secrets will be given unto us. Amos 3 and 7, man, the Lord will do nothing but reveal his secrets unto the servants and prophets. And you read Daniel, the 12th chapter, around the 4th verse, the Lord told Daniel to close up the book, all right, so it would be sealed, all right, until the end, all right. And it was Yahweh Shah who basically loosened those seals. Why? Because we are at the end, all right. We're getting ready to get the victory, all right. The time is here, all right. This test that we're getting ready to go through, these obstacles are getting ready to be heightened on a level that has never before been seen, all right? That's why faith is key, because many people are going to be without faith in these times. These same people that, these Bible thumping, you know, Christian church-going people that say they got the Lord and they got faith and all that, and the mustard seed, they want to sing all these hymns. Look, We're getting ready to come in that time where everything is getting ready to be tested. All that you talked about, you're going to have to make true now. Okay? And if you're calling on Jesus, you can forget it. You through. You done already. You throw in the towel. It's a wrap. Okay? Because he's not coming. Yahweh, why Yahweh Shah is the name, all right, that is connected, all right, to salvation. Okay? So this obstacle course that we've been walking is just about over, man. All right, so keep your defense up, keep your armor strong, Ephesians 6, right? The helmet of faith, all right? The shield, armor, all that. Keep all that on you, man, which is ultimately the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. All right, stay protected. We are behind the enemy lines, but we are at the end of the race, man. We are at the end. So the chief thing right now is just to stay locked in, man, and understand. We already got the victory, man. The MOTB is here. Okay? All things that the prophets, our elders and apostles been saying for over 30, 40 years, as we are entered into their labors, is coming to pass, man. It's coming to fruition. And for a lot of you camps out there and cats that said that the MOTB was everything but what our apostles said it is, you niggas are finna be found in derision. It's finna be a problem. And you got a lot of explaining to do, ultimately. Okay? Because that's one thing for sure. GMS is all about prophecy. That's why the Spirit of the Lord is Spirit of prophecy. GMS has always been about prophecy. You can chat GPT that. That's our main focus, prophecy, man. Because that's the Spirit of the Lord and pushing heavily what? The MOTB. And we are in that time right now, man. All the brothers out here doing videos, everything is pointing to the MOTB right now. Okay? So look, I didn't want to make this too long. You know, I brought this out. This was edifying for those who meant to receive it. It was a call, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushua, Bahashim, Kadash. Double honors and salutations to the elders and apostles of the great millstone. Shalom.